The Wise Woman of the Forest. In a small village nestled on the edge of a vast, untamed forest, there was a terrible drought that had lasted for months. The rivers had dried up, the crops had withered, and the once bountiful land had turned to dust. The villagers prayed to the gods, but no rain came. Desperate, they gathered in the village square, hoping for a miracle. Among them was a young man named Kofi. He had seen the suffering in his village, the hunger in his mother's eyes, the thirst in his brother's throat. Determined to save them, he remembered an old tale his grandmother had told him. When all hope is lost, seek the wise woman of the forest. The wise woman, they said, lived deep in the heart of the forest. She was known to have great magical powers, but she was also a keeper of ancient wisdom. It was said that only those pure of heart, humble of spirit, and respectful of nature could find her and gain her help. With no time to lose, Kofi decided to embark on the journey alone. He packed a small bundle of food and set out at dawn, walking through thick vines and towering trees. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, but it was also a place of mystery. The deeper Kofi went, the more the air seemed to shimmer with hidden magic. After 3 days of wandering, exhausted and thirsty, Kofi stumbled upon a clearing. At the center was a small, serene hut made of woven branches and leaves. Sitting outside was an old woman, her skin dark as the earth, her eyes sharp and knowing. She looked up and smiled softly, as if she had been waiting for him all along. "You have come, young one," she said, her voice calm like a breeze. "What brings you to my home?" Kofi knelt before her, bowing his head in respect. "Great wise woman, my village is dying. The drought has taken everything. I beg you to help us." The woman studied him for a moment, her gaze piercing. "Why do you seek help from me, Kofi? What have you done for the land that you now ask it to give back to you?" Kofi hesitated. He thought of all the times he had taken from nature without thinking, harvesting wood without planting trees, hunting without giving thanks, taking water without considering how much the earth needed it in return. "I have not honored the land as I should," he admitted. "I took from it without giving back, but now I am ready to listen, to learn." The wise woman nodded, and she motioned for Kofi to stand. "The land does not owe you anything, young man. It gives only when it is respected. The earth and the sky are intertwined, and they cannot be separated. The drought is not only the fault of the heavens, but of your people's disregard for balance. If you wish to save your village, you must restore the balance." She took his hand and led him to a nearby stream, now barely a trickle. "The water flows, but it is weak," she said, "because you have forgotten the rhythm of life. When you take, you must also give. Go back to your village and teach your people to give as much as they take. Plant trees, offer thanks, and live in harmony with the land." Kofi listened carefully, understanding at last. The wise woman had not offered him a magical solution, but something far more powerful: wisdom. She gave him the knowledge that true abundance came from respect and balance, not from asking for more without giving in return. With a humble heart and a mind full of new understanding, Kofi returned to his village. He shared the wise woman's teachings with the people, planting trees, offering prayers to the land, and restoring harmony with nature. Slowly, the rains returned, and the earth flourished once more. The rivers flowed again, crops grew tall, and the village thrived. Kofi had learned the greatest lesson of all, that wisdom and respect for nature were the keys to survival and prosperity. And from that day forward, the village lived in balance with the land, knowing that what they took, they must always return in gratitude. The wise woman of the forest, though she remained a mystery, had changed the fate of the village forever.